Horoscope Gemini 2022. The astrologist and fortune teller have prepared a forecast for the sign of Gemini. Read the prediction in love, health, or in a career that is enriched with interesting information about your astrological zodiac sign. Gemini celebrates its birthday between May 21st and June 20th. What opportunities, news, or changes await Gemini during this year? Read a comprehensive prophecy for the area of love, health, and career, which focuses its prediction mainly on astrological influences and movements through the houses of Gemini. Gemini is known for its gentleness, curiosity, and ability to learn quickly. This will not be the case this year either. When through some negative transits, Gemini may feel an inconsistent and indecisive nature that is close to Gemini. In this year, the greatest friend for Gemini will be music and interesting books, because Gemini will be able to indulge in more free time just for themselves. Since the sign of Gemini, whether male or female Gemini, does not like the routine, this year they will look for various small adventures, such as walks or short trips to places they do not yet know. Their great acumen will help them advance in their careers, but there are also negative aspects affecting the career of Gemini, which we will get acquainted with in the following lines of the horoscope. The social and communicative nature of Gemini, which is always ready for good fun, will also multiply Gemini's opportunities for relaxation. You will have enough time to consider the priorities of the year and to be able to make firm decisions in several life directions. The year will bring success especially to Gemini who do business or work in the art sphere, but will also affect teachers, doctors, or journalists. These professions will be positively affected in terms of the astrological chart, and Gemini who are considering starting their artistic careers will have a large number of opportunities to seize the opportunities. This year, Gemini is closely associated with his childhood, family, and relatives. It is tied to deeper emotional expressions, and love will be full of intellectual challenges. Even those in relationship will be given more chances during this year for a new love, for a new relationship, or for a deep and meaningful friendship. The ruling planet of Gemini is the communicative Mercury, which strikes the energies of Gemini, but also other signs of the zodiac with its reversing and directive movement. However, Gemini will also be affected by the positive transits of Mercury, which will act at an incredible speed, because this fast planet will further strengthen the positive qualities of the individual, the sign of Gemini. This year too, Mercury has an influence on how Gemini think, on the way they communicate, and concentrates energy on different aspects of Gemini's life. Mercury is known for its strength and organization. These properties of the planet influence Gemini in great force, and so Gemini become amazing people who transfers the properties of this powerful planet into his personality. The biggest challenge of the year will be for Gemini to listen to others and try to penetrate into their soul. You will also need to say goodbye to relationships that do not stimulate you emotionally. Many months of the year will focus on Gemini's friendly and family relationships, but some transits will help Gemini better understand long-term love or overcome career decisions. This year too, Gemini will prefer to physically contact their partner, who they consider extremely important. Unmarried Gemini will focus mainly on such relationships and emotions that have the potential for a bright future. Repetitive superficial relationships and dysfunctional connections are not of interest to more Gemini, because these relationships do not allow us to create the depth of emotions that Gemini seek and need. Gemini is a very friendly sign of the zodiac, which in life focuses mainly on its friends and family. The family is extremely important for Gemini, whether they are parents, siblings, or their own children. This year too, Gemini will strive to create a safe and peaceful home to share with his loved ones. However, there are also challenges that will affect family harmony and happiness in this year. The love of Gemini in a long-term relationships will also be tested. In their life, Gemini often have to decide between their practical side and their heart. Such a difficult choice will also occur this year, when Gemini's career will be an opportunity to change their life. Gemini understands and love mainly with the signs of Sagittarius and Aquarius, and at work, family, or friendships they create great compatibility with the signs of Leo, Aries, Scorpio, and again, with the signs of Aquarius and Sagittarius. Libra will be Gemini's best and true friend who will never betray them. If you look for advice in the year on how to move in the right direction of life, you will find it from the sign of Libra. The essential oil for Gemini is definitely eucalyptus essential oil, which will help Gemini not only to concentrate better, but also to seek vitality after difficult days. This essential oil should be a part of Gemini's life throughout the year, as it will help not only with health problems, but also with mental pain. However, be careful with this oil, as some Geminis may react to eucalyptus with an allergic reaction. Those who do not handle eucalyptus oil well can replace eucalyptus oil with lemon oil, which is Gemini's second option to enhance vitality and energy. In terms of aromatherapy, these oils should be part of your home throughout the year, and a few drops of this fragrance will help you better relax and focus on your own life, whether it will be helpful in overcoming difficulties. The year will be significantly influenced, not only by the ruling planet of Gemini, the planet Mercury, but also by the basic characteristics and features of the Gemini sign. The horoscope will focus not only on the ruling planet, the influence of the Sun on the sign of Gemini, but mainly on the movements of important planets in the houses of Gemini. Overall, the year seems to be a successful period, when strong friendships and family ties will be highlighted in the life of Gemini. Gemini, now you have the opportunity to know your astrological prediction for the whole year, whether you are looking for answers to questions in the field of love, work, finance, or health. Can you overcome the problem in this year? Will your love be stronger than ever before? Will the unemployed manage to find the desired job? Will the single Gemini be more focused on their own personality, or are there opportunities for new love? We will answer these questions in the following parts of the horoscope, which also deals with whether this year is a suitable year for marriage, and whether those who are trying for a coveted baby will be successful. Continue reading the prediction, which will reveal the future in all important life directions. Positive changes in Gemini life in 2022. Before imagining the detailed yearly prediction for the sign of Gemini, in terms of love, work, or health, let's look briefly at how positively astrological transits will hit your zodiac sign during this year. From the point of view of love, the first quarter does not bring any exceptional transits that would positively or negatively affect the energies of Gemini. The first big positive aspect comes during the month of May, when Gemini will have many opportunities in a relationship to strengthen their long-term relationship and marriage. Throughout June, Venus and Mercury influenced relations in a positive direction. This month, you have the opportunity to enhance every relationship and heal what has been disrupted. Love relationships that are based on deep understanding and deep love will flourish during June. From July 19th to August 4th, you do not have to expect any quarrels or complications in a long-term relationship. The year brings many opportunities for Gemini, who in the past have gone through more complicated emotions in the relationship, and who are trying to get the broken relationship back into balance. There are also transits, which means suitable days for marriage or pregnancy for every Gemini. In the detailed horoscope you will find out about every date suitable for a wedding in case you are going to get married in this year. From October 10th to 29th, every Gemini will have an excellent opportunity to move forward. So if you are considering whether to move your long-term relationship to a new level by marriage or joining the family, you have a chance to change your relationship in the period from 10 to 29 August. Your sensitivity to your partner will allow you to understand not only your own desires, but also your partner's needs and reconcile these two things into one functioning and beautiful relationship. In November, The 7th Gemini house of astrology is strongly occupied and has a very positive effect on the emotions and love of not only those in relationships, but also single Gemini. A strong occupied 7th house of partnership means a period full of love, Gemini attraction and beauty. Unmarried twins are offered many opportunities to get to know their soulmate, because the 7th astrological house makes you an irresistible and charming person. From an astrological point of view, the month of November seems to be very strong for Gemini. On December 23rd, relationships that are based only on an intimate basis will be terminated. Any relationship that you have maintained only for sexual pleasure must be terminated by the end of 2023, because it no longer brings you joy and pleasure. This fact will remind you of the end of this year, when you will find that it is time to reorient your energy to something valuable and lasting. Throughout this year, friendship seems strong and excellent. Strong friendships are further strengthened, and your friends are sincere and loyal to you. These friendships also affect your mood, and your friends will help you in difficult times. From the point of view of Gemini's career, February already brings opportunities for the unemployed, which is used mainly in the area of services and assistance to others. In February, any unmarried Gemini can put their energy entirely into the distribution of CVs and the search for a coveted job. February is also a good month for students born under the sign of Gemini, who need to improve their grades or complete exams. The months of April and May will be positive at work, and many Gemini will be able to progress in their work and even grow their careers. There are opportunities for those Gemini who are happy at work, because you will draw even more successful energy into your life. For example, on May 2nd, transits indicate a huge opportunity for the unemployed, or for a change of occupation. In terms of career, you will be positively influenced by Venus in the 8th house from December 10th, which means not only a better job evaluation, but also an extraordinary financial gain. Finances seem to be stable with a few negative transits, which we will discuss later. However, in terms of finances, the strongest month is December, which will offer you an exceptional and unexpected opportunity to get rich and increase your assets. Gemini's health points to several periods when you will need to strengthen your defenses. Eucalyptus and lemon oil is, from a health point of view, the oil of the year for every Gemini who wants to get rid of persistent headaches or breathing problems. These oils should be a regular part of your home or office. Any stressful situation, headache, or loss of energy will be overwhelmed by this fresh scent, because from the point of view of aromatherapy, it is a scent suitable for the overall purification of energies for the Gemini sign. From March 20th to April 20th, one Gemini will be given a number of opportunities to strengthen their own defenses. Herbs throughout the year should include herbs that will improve your immunity. Bet not only on consuming herbs in soups or spices, but also drink herbal teas that have many healing and positive effects on your health. However, the first half of the year bothers you in terms of health. On the other hand, the second half of the year will be much more favorable in this regard, and your energy will be unceasing and vital. The month of November will surprise every Gemini suffering from a long-term disease, because you will find the causes of this disease. You will research your health genealogy to help you find answers to the questions you have been looking for about your health for a long time. It is therefore clear that the year offers a number of positive changes in the life of Gemini. Find out more about how the love, career, or health of Gemini will be affected in this year in the detailed Gemini horoscope. Negative changes in Gemini life in 2022. The life of Gemini will be affected to some extent during the year by negative transits, which you should definitely know if you are a Gemini yourself, or if you have a Gemini you love at home. We will look briefly at the negative transits affecting Gemini's love, work, finances, and health in this year. Right at the beginning of the year, each of you will feel the influence of the regressive Venus, and, in January, the regressive home planet, Mercury. However, these planets generally affect you in several ways. You get a space to think about your life, your decisions, but also your future. However, these movements of the regressive planets affect unmarried Gemini, who need to be more solitary in January. In terms of the love of singles, January will be a really difficult time for any Gemini who are fully aware of their loneliness and desire to connect their soul and body with someone's love. The first significant impact on your love life comes in April, when both male and female Geminis should be on the lookout for love affairs at work. April transits interfere with the love of Gemini in a negative direction, when you feel that your partner does not understand you as you need and desire. From this point of view, you may be interested in capturing someone else's emotions just for yourself. These feelings mainly affect April. From August 10th to October 2nd, do you feel the movement of regressive Mercury affecting your emotions, family relationships, feelings, and overall love life? Singles will tend to be interested in lasting to childish relationships that bring physical satisfaction rather than mental satisfaction. Singles are also focused on finding secure partners who will bring you not only emotional satisfaction, but also a better financial status. For singles, this desire to know a wealthy partner persists, especially in the period from 5th April to 2nd May. Regressive Mercury also influences the behavior of Gemini in a long-term relationship or marriage, because you try to solve all conflicts and quarrels shallowly, which can affect your partner, who may perceive your cold side. In this year, mainly inharmonic and disrupted relations will be examined. Any relationship that has been weakened in the past, whether by Gemini or the other, will once again pass a tough test that will tell you more about whether you are being judged for another life together. The biggest test of the Gemini relationship, which is not sure of the strength of the relationship, takes place from October 23rd to November 16th. From November 17th to December 6th, unmarried Gemini should alert you, because Mercury in its exile reminds you of wrong past decisions, especially in the area of relations. Single Gemini will have to learn to process the energies of Mercury that send negative vibrations to your overall mental harmony. Even if your past decisions were wrong, you always have the option to start over. From December 6th, you will realize your value and strength. Astrological transits also indicate which periods are appropriate, and which, on the contrary, are unsuitable for marriage. From the point of view of the astrological chart, it is clear that the most suitable days for marriage do not occur until the month of October. Until this month, yearly forecast does not specify any exceptional days that mean a wedding for you without any complications. How will negative energies affect your career? In January, you can feel inferior and unappreciated under the influence of the regressive planets. You may also perceive the benefits of other employees at work who are advancing faster than you, even though they do not do such quality work. This fact can frustrate you in January, which will result in your overall bad mental state and feeling of inferiority. However, the following months of this year, after the end of these negative energies, bring several opportunities for success at work, for career growth, and also for greater satisfaction from your work. Another negative transit from a career point of view is the planet Mars in the sign of its exile, which will hit your career home hard during July. During this period, several Geminis should pay attention to the performance of quality work, to the observance of deadlines, and to the observance of safety in the performance of work. Any major mistake can cause you to be fired at work, and you will have to deal with such complications in this year. So be extra careful, especially if your work requires constant concentration. You'd better take a day off than go to work tired and inattentive. In terms of finances, the year will bring you opportunities for better financial rewards and extraordinary financial gain at the end of the year. In January, however, the horoscope warns you not to enter into any overlooking contracts that could affect your financial budget long after you sign a loan, insurance, or onerous contract. We also do not recommend any large purchases throughout January, and especially the purchase of real estate. Further financial caution will be required around July, when your finances may be affected from the outside environment. Therefore, Not only keep track of your own expenses and not be subject to misleading offers, but also focus on the expenses of your family members who are not so interested in money. In July, you will have to take care of all the money. You will not have many opportunities for extraordinary financial success even from September 10th to December 10th, when the astrological transits of the 5 regressive planets in your chart do not indicate any progress in the financial status of Gemini. Health bothers you especially in the first half of the year, when you have to be more careful towards yourself and take more care, not only of your body, but also of your mental health. Already the month of February can bring you a lot of exhaustion and a feeling of great fatigue. As we have already mentioned, you can overcome this fatigue, not only with physical movement, but also with oils suitable for Gemini in the year in terms of aromatherapy. From March 20th, it is very important to monitor the health of children in the Gemini family, because children whose parents are Gemini may feel nauseous due to poor diet or exhaustion. From March 20th to April 20th, pay close attention to children's health, and pay enough attention to them, especially if they complain of pain or great fatigue. From April 15th to May 24th, there are great potential for injuries. Again, the horoscope warns you to be very careful about your health during daily activities. Unfortunately, this period also indicates a sudden death in the Gemini family. Therefore, pay maximum attention to your health, especially in the second half of April and the first half of May. But also monitor the health and vitality of your family members. Health will be very challenging in the first half of the year, but the second half of the year means calming the negative energies for health and overall physical and mental harmony. Now you know the positive and negative transits leading to your zodiac sign in a nutshell. We will then explain the detailed horoscopes of love, work, finance, and health for this year for each Gemini. Dear Gemini, if you like the horoscope, please support us and subscribe our channel. For more horoscopes Gemini, visit to links that you can find in the video description. Biggest Horoscope 2022 are prepared by fortune teller and site www.horoscope-divination.com. Wish you all the best in this year. Love, relationships, family, and friendship horoscope 2022. Love of those in relationship. The compatibility of Gemini's love with other signs of the zodiac in 2022 suggests that your Aries astrological sign will understand most in love and romantic relationships, or in new beginning relationships, with the Aries sign of Aquarius and with the fiery sign of Sagittarius. With these two signs, especially single Gemini will achieve high compatibility in 2022, and marriages of such love connections will not be affected by the great negative aspects of 2022. Such connections will be stable and firm. We see the busiest fifth house of joy and pleasure on the planets mainly in September, when Gemini is hit by several positive transits affecting the love of the assigned Gemini. In November, the 7th partnership house is the hardest hit, and these energies are focused mainly on romantic relationships. From the point of view of hitting Gemini's home in 2022, we perceive which period will mean for the assigned Gemini the renovation of the relationship, the strengthening of emotions, and the enhancement of love. In the month of January, from 1st to 29th January, the retreating Venus is located in the 8th house, which negatively affects the sexual energy of Gemini, their needs and desires. Trust in your loved ones may be affected, and therefore certain conflicts and quarrels may occur. The period of the relocating Venus is unsuitable for marriages or new relationships. January therefore focuses the strongest energies mainly on finance and the career of Gemini. From January 14th, you will also feel the passage of the receding Mercury in the 8th astrological house, which questions the attractiveness of Gemini. You will feel the first impact of your ruling planet in regressive motion from January 14th to February 4th, and this transit can plunge you into depressing thoughts due to your love. In the second month of 2022, astrological movements also do not indicate any negative or positive effect on the love of those in relationship. Your energy will be directed to other areas of your life, and you will focus not only on your career, but also on strengthening family and friendships. The Sun moving from the 9th to the 10th astrological house means your socialization of life, and therefore this social position of the Sun is suitable for small celebrations or parties in the circle of your loved ones. After this period, the area of love is closest to March 18th, when the full moon is in the sign of Libra and will hit your love from a negative point of view. However, it will only negatively affect those who remain in inappropriate relationships and marriages. These Gemini will have to focus all their energy for 3 days, March 17th to 19th, mainly so that they do not cause conflicts and quarrels over finances. The full moon in the sign of Libra, in the 5th house, can only hit Gemini if your relationship is already weak and unstable despite this transit. It will remind you that harmony in the relationship is important, and that if you want to build this love, you have to work on it constantly. Thus, from the point of view of love, the first quarter of the year will present more problems than pleasures. Subsequently, on April 11th, Mercury's position, with its entry into the 12th astrological house, represents an influence on emotions and logical thinking. Again, this transit in love strikes mainly Gemini, who are unsure of their relationship. This influence of Mercury confuses your mind and pushes you to temptation, because you will feel that someone else is more mentally connected to you than your current partner. This influence of Mercury in the 12th house lasts from April 11 to April 29, when you should pay particular attention to your own loyalty to your loved one. Don't engage in relationships that are based solely on physical expressions of passion, because at the end of the year, when you look back on your emotions and decisions, you will be very sorry for your move. Don't be fooled by the influence of the planet Mercury on your 12th house, because your logical thinking can now stand in the background. During April, Mercury will offset the full impact of the month in the 5th house, which occurs on April 16th. In a period of 3 days, it brings positive aspects to love in several ways. You will have an excellent opportunity to strengthen the emotional foundation in a relationship. They are even good days to have fun and enjoy an intimate life with your partner. Don't avoid the touches, kisses and hugs that can help strengthen your relationship from April 16 to 18. Subsequently, in April, the negative direction of Mercury again prevails in the 12th astrological house. From April 20th, the Sun also enters 12th houses, which soothes these energies. You will have an urgent need to create good deeds and to help others. You will forget about your own happiness and your own love, which can at some point bring negative energy into your relationships. In April, you will learn how to get closer to your partner and how to extinguish the fiery energy that tests you in your devotion and relationship. April will test the love of every Gemini, and it will be up to you how you decide whether you will fight for your relationship and long-lasting love, or you will be enchanted by a completely new person with whom the future is very uncertain and unclear. Regressive Pluto has been operating in the 8th house since April 29th and brings an ideal opportunity to explore its own life value. At the end of April, you will look back on the whole month and realize what is really the most important thing for you in the field of love. Since then, Gemini has focused mainly on finding meaningful relationships, and it is a kind of rebirth for a long-lasting love that now requires your attention, sacrifice, and determination to improve. A very demanding April will calm the reorientation of Gemini's energy during the month of May to the 8th astrological house, which is associated not only with big business, but also with its own sexual energy. On May 16th, the assigned Gemini will feel a positive full moon in the 7th astrological house, when you will be fully focused on building stronger friendships and stronger personal relationships. It will affect your family life as a whole, and it will positively highlight your love for your partner, spouse, or your children. This transit means searching for safety and security in love relationships, and reminds Gemini how important it is to have someone by your side on whom you can lean, even on more difficult days and times. In the month of May, astrological transits focus their activities mainly on the 8th astrological house, and also affect the health of our family members. Now, more than ever, we will need the support and closeness of the person we love, because some aspects have a negative effect, and you will need a strong foothold to overcome any suffering. In May, energy is also focused on family and friends, as many planets are in an excellent position to meet the emotional needs of Gemini. The second quarter of 2022 closes in June, when energy focuses mainly on work and finance. On June 14th, the full moon in the 7th house hits very positively. It brings a positive and stable atmosphere to your life in relationships and love. On the 14th, 15th, 16th of June, you have the opportunity to build stronger relationships and even talk to your loved one about this year's vacation. The moon in the Sagittarius is in a neutral position, so you will get to know your surroundings mainly through your own emotions and feelings. In mid-June, the astrological prediction will give you the opportunity to reveal your secrets to your loved one, to fully hear his worries about your common future. From June 21st, Gemini will be mainly focused on the material area of their relationships, and some Gemini will tend to spend a lot of money. This can also negatively affect relationships with your partner, as your partner will not understand your passion for buying new things. The 2022 horoscope for Gemini recommends overcoming this lust, so that you do not bring negative vibrations into love. On June 23rd, it gives Gemini the opportunity to enchant their partner, because Gemini feel an extraordinary personal charm and strong physical beauty. Until July 18th, Venus in the first astrological house means a large number of opportunities to enhance the relationship and to build personal emotions. It is an excellent period, not only for single Gemini to highlight their attractiveness, but also for those singles who will now have the greatest opportunity to meet new love. Even the new moon in the second house, which occurs on June 29th, means a positive feeling of this aspect, especially in the area of emotions. Venus thus has a positive effect on the sign of Gemini until July 18th, when this positive transit is further intensified by the entry of the ruling planet into the second house. Not only will you be very happy with your personal relationships, but you will be able to share your positive outlook on your relationship and all the things around you with your love. Communication is also very strong, so you can communicate with your partner, even things that have bothered you a lot in the past. Take this opportunity when the planet Mercury and the planet Venus vibrate positively towards Gemini. It strengthens and enhances your emotional status in the closest relationships. The positive transit of Venus in the first house cancels out the full moon in the 8th house, because the moon is in exile, and therefore does not feel very well there. A person experiencing the moon in Capricorn tends to be overly savvy or overreacting to problems in family finances. So if you are one of the Gemini who devotes a lot of time to solving the lack of family finances, the period around July 12th, 13th and 14th will be especially challenging for you. Beware of conflicts or quarrels, because your words could easily hurt those you love. Try to weigh your words so that you do not hurt the feelings of others. On July 18th, Venus moves to another house, and her focus is mainly on finances and the love of singles, which we will discuss in the next lines of the horoscope. The love of those in relationship is subsequently influenced by the period of Mercury's entry into the 3rd house, from 19 July to 4th August. Any concerns we have in our relationships about the emotions of others are now clarified. During the second half of July and early August, Gemini may learn new news that will affect your view of the current relationship. In their emotional life, Gemini build better relationships and even promote new ideas and methods of education. This is also related to the strengthening of ties between Gemini and their children, or children in the family. It is a favorable period, not only towards private relationships, but also towards Gemini's emotions. It also strengthens friendly family relationships. Gemini can express their thoughts without fear, because the opinions of others are similar. You will feel like a cloud of happiness when your loved ones agree with your decisions and with your attitude towards love and emotions. The period from 19 July to 4 August will thus also strengthen such relations, which felt weakened at the beginning of the year. So if you are a Gemini, who in 2022 cares about building good relationships and love, the whole of June, the second half of July and the beginning of August has a positive effect on your personal love relationships. At first glance, August is chaotically occupied by planets, and thus affects several aspects of Gemini's life. Until August 4th, Gemini feel very positive vibrations towards love, and then the energies calm down. On August 20th, the planet Mars enters the first Gemini's house, where it is in a neutral position, and ends its negative effect mainly on Gemini's career chances, which we will see later. This transition of Mars into the first astrological house is presented mainly through one's own emotions and ability to strengthen love. It will manifest itself in a positive direction, not only at work, but also in the privacy of Gemini. It brings the Gemini the strength to overcome the worries of raising children, and to overcome the fatigue of caring for the household. The period of the transit of Mars in the first astrological house also means the possibilities of Gemini to plan a vacation. For Gemini, therefore, a suitable period for rest will be mainly at the end of August 2022, and they should spend moments of rest mainly in the arms of their loved ones. August 26th is another positive day, when this neutral position of the planet passes through the house of joy and passion. This house is also called the home of passion and sexuality, but it also concentrates energy on caring for children. The fifth astrological house, which is now operated by the planet Mercury, specifies great playfulness, and this period is ideal for a holiday with your children and with your loved one. The family bonds are very strong, and this positive transit affects the Gemini sign from August 26 to September 10th. When direct Mercury becomes regressive Mercury. So if you are looking for an answer, when is the best time for a planned family holiday in 2022, it is certainly the period from August 23rd to September 10th. From September 10th, Mercury becomes regressive in the 5th astrological house, and later from September 23rd in 4th house. From September 10th to 23rd, Mercury is settled neutrally, which focuses Gemini mainly on finding their own identity and identifying their views. You will be looking for penetration in a relationship, and you are looking for what you best understand. The second half of September, from September 23rd to October 2nd, means the placement of the regressive Mercury, which is the home planet of Gemini, in the 5th house of joy. Gemini will experience an exaggerated flow of ideas that they will want to realize. Enormous curiosity, and the vast amount of things Gemini wants to do, will separate Gemini's attention from sexual desire, and from building their own relationship. This period thus becomes a time when love will not be so interesting for Gemini, and even in the foreground there is an interest in lasting and childish relationships. During the period of the regressive movement of Mercury, the Sun also enters the 5th astrological house. The Sun is in the sign of Libra in the position of falling, and therefore the energies of the Sun acting on Gemini are weakened. If we look at the overall interpretation of the horoscope for the specified, it is clear that Gemini will feel that their relationship is not moving anywhere. These days are also specific to the desire for parenthood. Gemini long for the expansion of their family, for new descendants, they long for a baby. These energies will affect not only women born in the sign of Gemini, but also men who will look for a new meaning in life. On September 25th, the 5th astrological house will also be hit by the new moon in the sign of Libra, when a person gives great weight to a loving relationship. During this period, Gemini can emotionally hurt those people who now need your encouragement and psychological help. You will focus too much on calming your animal desires, and you do not attach much weight to your partner's emotions and moods. Thus, transit disturbs mainly the love of those in relationship. October 2nd, 2022 ends the passage of regressive Mercury through the 5th astrological house, ending your childish approach to your own emotions and long-term relationships. On October 10th, you receive as a gift an excellent ability to express yourself, and even opportunities for more romance in life. Mercury moves to the 5th astrological house from October 10th until October 29th. Thus, several days will affect Gemini, who are engaged in mental activity and their spiritual growth. Gemini will have the ability to develop not only their talent, but also to enjoy the earthly joys of life, such as true love, the joy of children, or fun in each other's arms. Gemini is given the ideal opportunity to enjoy love games, to enhance their sex life with a partner, and since this transit is extremely positive, it encourages Gemini to take the next step in their relationship. This aspect will significantly affect Gemini, who in 2022 decide on an important step in life. It is in the period from October 10th to October 29th that every Gemini has the opportunity to take lasting, functioning and loving relationship to a new level. Whether it's a new family member, first child, or marriage. There is no better time of 2022 than the time when the planet Mercury affects your 5th astrological house of joy and enjoyment of life. However, the month of October also brings a huge warning for Gemini, who are in doubt about their relationship. The period from October 23rd, when the planet Venus is located in the 6th house of the sign, is mainly tested by disharmonious relationships. Venus is in the heart of her exile, and therefore focuses more closely on the relationships of the signs of the zodiac. Venus will look at whether your lasting relationship can overcome such a negative aspect, or whether it will fall apart. If you are a Gemini who is in an unbalanced relationship full of tears and pain, it is very likely that the second half of October and the first half of November will end this disharmonious aspect. Since Venus is now affecting you, the 6th astrological house can mainly affect the termination of marriages, love or relationships. This end of the relationship will come mainly from the initiative of Gemini, who no longer want to grope in the teardrop valley, but want to move forward in their emotions and love before the end of 2022. Any Gemini who are in a violent or overly disharmonious relationship that only causes you pain and suffering are recommended by the horoscope to use the period from October 23rd to November 16th suitable for ending such connections. Weakened relationships will therefore face a great test in October, which lasts until the transition of Venus to the 7th astrological house, November 16th. The regressive Mars, which has been operating on all 12 signs of the zodiac since October 30th, can also cause great uncertainty in love. In Gemini, he acts specifically on the 1st house. Therefore, there may be mild complications in long-term loving relationships that do not have an excessive and strong emotional basis. Gemini will focus their energy more on future, and they will want to share their steps and desires with someone who is emotionally close to them. Therefore, you will tend to end relationships that do not matter to you in the future. This aspect also strengthens the Gemini's determination to end a lasting painful relationship. With her transition to the 7th astrological house on November 16th, Venus is in a very loving position and influences mainly to the enhancement of happiness in marriage and long-term relationships. Gemini think more about themselves than before and about sharing love with the right partner. You forget the temptations that tested your love in 2022, and all the little emotional declines of Gemini have since been forgotten by your partner. You have the opportunity to enjoy the emotional closeness of your relationship and build even more meaningful relationships with your family. The second half of November is sharply oriented towards the 7th astrological house, which is the home of relationship and is often associated with the success of marriage and positive relationships. So if you are looking for an answer to the question of which month will be the most romantic month for Gemini in 2022, it is clearly the month of November, which brings Mercury's entry into the 7th astrological house, the passage of the Sun through this house, and the new moon in the house of relationship. These transits in the positive occupation of the 7th astrological house bring a great deal of energy to build your own relationships and even help you become a counselor in the relationships of others. You will be a popular and charismatic person who will thrive mainly in his own emotions and in love relationships. The period of positive thoughts, positive vibrations, and strong emotions for you occurs in November 2022. What will be the end of 2022, and thus the last month of the year in terms of love and relationships? The heavily occupied 8th house during the month of December, combined with the effects of regressive Mars, deprives Gemini of sexual energy. Gemini do not enjoy intimate connections and focus more on their health and health of their family members. December vigorously occupies mainly the areas of health, work and personal growth of Gemini, but it also focuses its astrological work on family and friends. In December, astrological transits focus on the love and relationships of the assigned Gemini. It is not until December 23rd that a new moon enters the 8th astrological house, when the moon is in the sign of its exile. It evokes emotional and sexual needs, and this aspect means the breakdown of such relationships, which are based only on intimate pleasure. With the influence of the regressive Mercury at the end of the year, Gemini is very well aware of what things make sense in their lives. Therefore, they end nonsensical relationships, which have no solid basis, and do not mean any relationship building for the Gemini in the future. If your relationship lacks an emotional foundation, the end of 2022 will remind you of the futility of these connections, which bring you tears and deprive you of positive emotions. The month of December will not significantly affect the Gemini, who are completely satisfied in their relationship. They can look forward to redirecting energies, and even better family and friendships, and to increasing their property and financial background. We will discuss more about how the year 2022 will affect other areas of Gemini's life. The love of single Gemini during 2022. The January period of regressive Venus also specifies the possibilities for the love of singles. The transit of the regressive Venus strengthens relationships that are strong and often responsible for the breakdown of relationships that do not have deep foundations and trust. If the relationship between the two people is strong, even this regressive movement of Venus in January will not destroy it. But what does this transition of the planet of love mean for singles? In general, January does not seem to be a good time to enter into new relationships, unless you are sure that the relationship will grow into deep understanding and love. Many people in this period realize how they need another person in their vicinity and love for their lives. Therefore, single Gemini can feel a little sadness in life right at the beginning of the year, because January is reminiscent not only of past relationships, but also of the current situation in love. Although chasing love will not be an ideal approach to life in 2022, January must remind you that love is better than loneliness. From January 26th, the regressive Venus also strengthens the entry of the return Mercury to the 8th astrological house, when single Gemini will face unpleasant destructive thoughts or depression. This energy of regressive Mercury will last until February 4th, when in case of great sadness or a negative outlook on life, it is welcome if you are within the circle of those you love. If the thoughts of the past in your sleep deprived you of sleep, or deprived you of a lot of energy or good mood, it is advisable to seek professional help, when a few meetings with an expert can help you move forward in life and move on. January is therefore a thought to think about one's life, one's past relationships, and one's future. For some Gemini, it can be a very difficult time to confront their past decisions and their current life position. Not only will your own decisions bother you, but you will find it bad for some people to behave towards you in the past. You can handle these complicated emotions yourself if you are a strong and resilient person, but it would be better to focus mainly on your family, who will give you a helping hand whenever you need it. In February, from an astrological point of view, no aspects are noticeable that would affect the singles. The same is true for the month of March, and thus for the entire first quarter of 2022. Thus, for singles, love does not change significantly. Only in the first month of the year will Geminis have to overcome certain negative energies affecting their mental health, which is also linked to physical energy. Remember that how energetic and vital your mind is up to you. Only you can allow your mind to think negatively and depressing, and on the contrary, only you can transform this thinking into something beautiful that inspires you in the future. Don't focus on the negative aspects of your past or bring them into the present. Rather, focus on your positive qualities, the strength and energy you can offer the world. A negative aspect of the love of singles is Venus in the 8th astrological house, which can confuse you, so that you will only be interested in a relationship with a secure partner. In April, your decision can be firm and unchanging when you direct your interest mainly to partners who will satisfy you financially. This position of Venus therefore evokes relationships based on material values and shallow connections that do not have a long future. This transit of Venus lasts until the 2nd of May. During April, your superficial focus on the wealthy will be disrupted by the full moon for a period of 3 days, from April 15 to 17, when your attention is reoriented to the strong emotional basis of the relationship with the children in the family. These 3 days also give you huge opportunities for new social contacts and a lot of joy from intimate life. Some unmarried Gemini will explore their emotions more deeply, which will help you find self-satisfaction. From May 2nd, Venus, influencing your attitude to love, will also end its work and once again draw your attention to the real values of life. June focuses mainly on one's own personality and property. The singles will receive an extraordinary personal charm as a gift during the June period, which has intensified since June 23rd, when Venus enters the 1st astrological house. It will remain in this position until July 5th, so you have the opportunity to enhance your personal relationships and build new, prosperous connections. It is a good time for singles to go to society and show all their positive qualities. Thanks to your enormous attractiveness, enchanting other people will be very easy for you. You will feel a great need to be loved, and this fact will move you forward, and you have gained courage and addressed a person you have long been interested in. From June 23rd to July 5th, there are days to move forward faster that may affect your future. On July 13th, the full moon in the 8th house indicates a negative effect on your sexual needs and intimate life. The Capricorn in this position of the month manifests recklessly and spontaneously, and so will your approach to relationships and other people. You tend to use all your skills and enjoy one-time fun with someone new, even if it's not your style. However, the moon in Capricorn warns you to ignore this provocative side of it, because you can hurt the feelings of others. On July 18th, the planet Venus moves to the 2nd astrological house, and this transit focuses its attention mainly on the men of Gemini. They will tend to look for older women in their relationship who are materially secure. It is an aspect that highlights the greed of the Gemini man and unlocks new views on future relationships with unmarried Gemini. August focuses Gemini's attention on love, family and friends. Work will also be very important for Gemini in August, so there will be no time left for new friendships, social events, or new love. Since September 10th, the single Gemini has focused mainly on achieving its own emotional stability under the influence of the regressive Mercury, which runs until October 2nd. Gemini's ideas are focused on achieving uniqueness, and even on expanding the family. Gemini play with the idea of such relationships that are of practical importance for their future. You will focus your attention on what your mind advises you, not your emotions. You can give a chance to someone who has a practical, rather than an emotional meaning in your life. However, you will think carefully about your next steps under the influence of regressive Mercury, because your decisions may hurt the other in the future. Direct your energy in the right direction, so that you don't feel like you're wasting, not only your precious time, but you're also wasting other people's emotions. On September 23rd, Not only the regressive Mercury affects you, but also the Sun with its entrance to the 5th house. The Sun is in a falling position and can cause strong desires for children and for starting a family. Therefore, your logical thinking will be pushed even further to the forefront, and you will feel that you have to put your emotions aside. But consider whether this is the right solution for your future. In time, you will once again long for deep and passionate love, so you will never be satisfied in a relationship. So avoid having relationships out of your mind only, because it's better to wait for love than to regret it later. On September 25th, your emotions will be intensified by the new moon in the 5th astrological house, which affects you over a period of 3 days, from September 24th to 26th. You will give great weight to a loving relationship. It will therefore mainly affect people who are in unbalanced and senseless relationships, which are laid out only on a loving basis. The regressive Mercury acting on your feelings encourages you to bring a positive aura to your life and find a balance between your logical thinking and emotions. Understandably, this transit increases your resistance to relationships that are based solely on animal desire. September will remind you that it is high time to end such relationships. From October 2nd, you are thinking about your present again and your future in terms of your emotions. The full moon in the 11th house of friendship longs for social events, so you can indulge in a rest in society. Expand your circle of friends and give opportunities to new acquaintances, recommended by Horoscope 2022 Gemini in the field of love and relationships. From a negative point of view, Venus in the 6th house will affect your emotions from October 23rd to November 16th. Venus settles in the sign of exile, and this position means the probable breakdown of relationships that are based on only one plane. It can be financial, intellectual, or just love. However, realize that if Venus causes the breakdown of your new relationship, that relationship would never have a future for you. If you didn't do so during September, October will once again move you to end love affairs that lead nowhere. For singles, it is a very important step in 2022. Otherwise, you will not be able to find the necessary harmony in your life, and this fact will affect not only your future relationships, your own relationship with yourself, but even your mental health. Another astrological transit influencing the love of singles is Venus in the 7th house, concentrating its energies from November 16th to December 10th, 2022. This Venus in a loving position means happy life decisions. It thus closes the possibilities of 2022 for a happy relationship. For several days during November and December, it wishes love to the singles, and this position of Venus is excellent for expressions of love for others. You tend to build meaningful relationships that will have a solid foundation for the future. During this period, the planet Mars is in a regressive motion, and so the single Gemini think more about himself. Thanks to these two transits, you can more easily share love with others, and also easier to express it. Your values focus only on one partner, one who makes sense to you, not only practically but also emotionally. The very next day, November 17th, after Venus enters the 7th house, Mercury also works in the position of his exile, also in the 7th house. So by December 6th, it can cause mood swings and your unstable decisions. From November 17th to December 6th, the positive energy of Venus is blocked by Mercury in exile. From the 6th to the 10th of December, you feel a great harmony in your family life and in your emotions. It is a great pity that the positive influence of Venus will hit your ruling planet in the sign of Sagittarius, because this transit suggests that you must be extremely careful when choosing a partner, and reminds you of your previous relationship problems. The month of December belongs mainly to your friends, increasing finances, but also family relationships. Singles will feel neutral from the time the Sun enters the 8th house from December 21st. You will be more open to the opinion of others, and you will also perceive their life values, which will be an inspiration for you. This movement of the Sun also concentrates its energy on financial resources and property, and thus turns the thoughts of the singles in another direction. Again, Gemini may tend to look for a partner who is also financially secure. However, it is not a negative transit, and therefore your entire attention will not be focused only on this property of a potential partner. During 2022, the energies of your zodiac sign will remind you several times how important true love is to you, and how useless it is to maintain relationships that are based solely on sexual needs. This fact will once again remind you of the new moon in the 8th astrological house from December 23rd, operating until December 26th, which means the breakdown of relationships that have no emotional basis. The love horoscope for 2022 recommends Geminis to avoid relationships that have no emotional value this year. Dear Gemini, if you like the horoscope, please support us and subscribe our channel. For more horoscopes Gemini, visit to links that you can find in the video description. Biggest Horoscope 2022 are prepared by fortune teller and site www.horoscope-divination.com. Wish you all the best in 2022. Family life of Gemini in 2022. The year 2022 may belong to the search for your ancestors and your ancient origins. You will combine periods of great curiosity with a desire to know yourself. January brings to the life of Gemini a regressive planet that rules you, but also a regressive Venus that brings distrust to the people around you. However, houses that would affect your family life during January are not affected by Gemini. However, on February the 1st, you will feel the new moon in the 9th house, which means that you will feel the need to develop the skills and intelligence of others. It can even get you into an unflattering position where you need to teach others, and you may not be very popular with society. February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is an ideal opportunity for one's own spiritual study and for personal spiritual growth. It's a good idea not to teach your family members things you can't change or influence yourself. From February 11th, you can feel the conjunction of the planet Mercury with Pluto in the 8th astrological house, which increases the ability to deceive others. This power of your personality to convince others of what you want is also related to your family life and future relationships. You should avoid lies that could disrupt your family relationship, even if the lies seem more acceptable. Your family members will feel that you understand them and that you can look into the depths of their souls. They will want to trust you with some secrets or information that you can use to your advantage. February will be focused on family life through several transits. For example, around February 16th, 17th, and 18th, you will be affected by the monthly meeting in the 3rd house, and this aspect is an excellent opportunity to analyze the problems of your loved ones. The moon is not blocked by negative transit during this period, so it creates a very positive energy aura leading mainly to your family life. Great care must be taken at the end of February 2022, when Mercury square Uranus in the 9th and 12th astrological houses means affection for the wrong people, relationship difficulties, and even huge quarrels between family members. This aspect also exacerbates mental illness and chronic illness, so pay attention to the health of those family members who suffer from persistent health problems. So from February 25th to March 6th, pay full attention to the health of your loved ones, so that you can quickly catch the beginning of the disease. From March 6th, the planet Venus enters the 9th house, and has a positive effect on the possibilities of your rest during creative activities close to your family members. Venus is located in the 9th house from March 6 to April 5, and not only brings you closer to family members, but also directs your interests in another way. You have the opportunity to clean your home in terms of housework, purify energy, and let a lot of positive vibrations into your home by purifying the energies that affect you and live with you. From a family point of view, you are attracted to travel and foreign cultures, so you can communicate with family members about traveling, learning about distant things, or about experiences. This is the best way to strengthen and enhance your family relationships. On March 20th, the Sun moves to the 11th house and is in an excellent position for its elevation. Towards Gemini, it radiates very strong energy suitable for self-realization and consolidation of torn family relationships. Focus your attention mainly on siblings, so if you have a problem with one of the siblings, it is high time to solve and calm down this problem. It also calms broken relationships with mother or father. Watch out for the smallest members of your family, as this transit causes nausea in children and less immunity, and therefore it is necessary to monitor their health and healthy eating. So from March 20th, focus your attention on the little ones who need your care. In April, many transits do not affect the family life of Gemini. From April 20th, the Sun enters the 12th house, which has both a positive and negative impact on the life of Gemini. In a positive direction, however, it is focused on family happiness, where you can use the energy flowing from the Sun to strengthen your free decisions. Someone in your family will need your well-meant advice, and you will be the counselor they are looking for. You will decide not only about your future, but also about the important steps of someone in your family. On April 30th, every Gemini should be careful, because months in the 12th house can have a negative impact on the health of someone in your family. Focus especially on those who have ever succumbed to certain addictions or conscious damage to health in their lives. These people will have a big problem reconciling their energies with themselves during this period, and you will need to devote all your attention and energy to them. Your kind-hearted nature will help someone to stop feeling lonely and to find a job in life. In May, the energies of family life will hit several astrological transits, but right at the beginning of May, from May 10th to June 1st, you will feel a change in your thinking, because the Gemini is affected by the regressive Mercury. You are looking for your own identity, and the unevenness of the relationship can occur mainly between you and your siblings or parents. You are looking for yourself and your own identity, so one of your family members can help you with this urge. However, your communication skills are weakened by the regressive Mercury, and therefore various quarrels and misunderstandings can arise even from small and insignificant things. You need to weigh your words, so that you don't offend someone with bad words during May and at the beginning of June. In June, you will mainly build your own personality, and you will be more focused on work and finance. On June 14th, you perceive a positive full moon in the 7th astrological house, which brings a stable atmosphere in your overall relationships. The moon in Sagittarius is in a neutral position, so you have the opportunity to get to know other people and move through your own feelings. This is a good time to visit your family, who will be very happy with your visit. The whole of June and July seems to be suitable for family gatherings and for strengthening family ties. On July the 5th, your home planet enters another house, so you will appreciate even the small things in life. A positive attitude towards material issues will allow you to teach others how to manage their finances. Your communication skills are also very strong, so you can share your positive attitude towards the world, things and finances with family members. Not everyone in your area is so lucky to be able to appreciate the little things, so they need to be reminded of the value of the things they have in life. Don't forget the positive motivation of family members, which is extremely important for your happiness in 2022. In the same month, on July 19th, the home planet moves to the 3rd house, which again has a positive effect on your family life. At this point, you are focusing on new methods of education that make you an even better person. You can attend a new course, in which you will also involve your loved ones. Your family should know about your every move, because you are an inspiration to them, even if you don't feel that way sometimes. It is in July that the family will remind you how important a part of their life you really are. In August, energy is unevenly distributed, and several transits affect family life. Regressive Uranus from August 24th, which runs until the end of 2022, may bring some relations into disharmony. This is especially true of relationships that have gone through many difficult times, and this negative aura has not been removed from these relationships. Overall, Gemini in this period focus only on simple, uncomplicated relationships, and so it will be in terms of family life. Some Gemini will tend to run away from complicated relationships, but on the other hand, the regressive Uranus in this house gives you the ideal opportunity to satisfy the emotional insecurity and problems caused in family life. On August 23rd, the Sun moves to the 4th house, where you can get the things you desire. Negative energies will go to your finances, and some of your family members will need your financial help. Your family life can also be affected by an unexpected health complication, which can affect you around August 23rd. While the Sun is in the 4th house, until September 23rd, it is a good time to discuss with your family members all your family chronic problems and health problems that may affect you at a later age. This Sun alerts Gemini mainly to chronic diseases, which are hereditary, and which you should definitely be careful about. You will find out all about the health problems of the older generation in your family, and you may finally find out the reason why you feel tired and sometimes without energy. In September, the influence of the 5th astrological house, which is the house of joy, prevails. Regressive Mercury strikes you from September 10th to October 2nd, and a great flow of thoughts can turn you to a good night's sleep. Try to create family stability, even if someone in your family has asked you for a small financial loan. Consider everything well, and avoid borrowing money from September 10th to October 2nd, when it is really not the right time for you from the perspective of your home regressive planet. It is important to remember that these days are also not suitable for signing any family-related documents. It's a bad time to sell a house, make changes at home, or make big purchases. And most importantly, it's not a good idea to borrow money. If you want to help someone in the field of finance, the appropriate time is until September 10th, or from October 2nd. Around October 9th, you will long for social events as well as for being popular with society. It's a great opportunity to meet friends and to connect your friends with your family. Invite those who are closest to you to a social event that will make you all very happy and bring you new joy in life. On October 25th, the new moon in the 6th house will hit your energy from a negative point of view. During a period of 3 days, not only your health will be affected, but also the health of your family members. You should be wary of older members of your family who may simply get a bad injury or their spine or limbs may be at risk. The end of 2022, specifically the month of November, belongs mainly to your own emotions and your love. From the point of view of family life, there are no negative aspects that would affect family harmony. On November 23rd, you will feel the desire to discover new places, so you can go on a trip with your family to nearby places where there is always something to discover. In the last month of 2022, you will review your trip so far and focus on recapitulating what this year has brought you. From a family perspective, you will also consider whether some of your actions and responses were justified. It is the end of 2022. The period from 21st December to 29th December means very strong energies aimed at the harmonization of family life. If you have not yet solved all the problems with your loved ones, this period gives you several ideal opportunities to open your whole heart and show your good nature. Gemini's friendship in 2022. How will your friendship be in 2022? Will you make new friends who will be important in your life, or does 2022 mean the end of some friendships, gossip on their part, or negative aspects affecting friendships? The introduction of 2022 is not suitable in terms of regressive Venus and regressive Mercury for any new commitments. He even points out that you have to pay more attention to your own spiritual path, because you do not feel good in the next relationship, and you can create even more chaos. In terms of astrological movements, the whole of January should belong to your meditation and to working with your own mind. January will therefore seem lonely to most Gemini, and some Gemini will tend to live in isolation. You will have the need and the opportunity to relax with yourself. You will not have to distribute energy between your life and solve the problems of others. Keep in mind, however, that you need to find enough time to hear your closest friends' problems, even during January. Friendship is also built in your life by listening to each other and trying to solve everyday problems that bother you. Honesty, devotion, and complete freedom in your mutual relations are extremely important in 2022 if you want friendships to remain valuable for life. From the 1st of February, you can involve your friends in humanitarian activities that will give you the necessary joy of life and energy. You can go help the elderly or ask at the shelter if they need any things. This joint humanitarian action will strengthen your friendly bonds, and it will be exactly the path you need to take at the beginning of the year. You have been an excellent listener and best friend since February 11th. Your closest friends will feel that you understand them perfectly and that you can look into the maximum depth of their soul. They will feel naked in front of you because you will know every secret of them, and you have enough strength to open your mind to new depths. You will be the one to bring new ideas into your friends' lives and help them overcome every problem. Beware of friends who are not very close to you because they hide a secret that is related to your person. On February 16th, this area of your life will be hit by a full moon in the 3rd house, which strengthens your analytical skills, so you can analyze which of your friends is closest to you. The moon in this position is not blocked by the negative aspect, and therefore radiates a very positive energy to your friendships, which you can enhance. If you are considering meeting with friends during February 16th and 18th is the right time for a small sitting with a good coffee or a good meal. In February, you will also be in the attention of others, and therefore, especially the beginning of the month, can provide you with new friendships, which will be quite interesting. On February 25th, you feel the square of your home planet with Uranus, which means emphasizing feelings of loneliness and even exacerbating your characteristic shortcomings. This transit can also cause conflicts between friends who are trying to advise you in a certain way of life. They may be misunderstood by you, and you will react worse than you should. Therefore, at the end of February, pay attention to the way you communicate with your friends. From March 6th, Venus enters the 9th house, and you have the opportunity to strengthen friendships through communication, the main theme of which may be the sharing of travel experiences and other adventures. Sometimes raising a child is a great adventure suitable for long conversations. It is in March that parents will exchange information and news about their children. Mutual friendships and connections reach a higher level, where your closest friend feels more like a member of your family because he understands you. The whole of March will be very positive because several positive aspects affect your emotions and your way of thinking. On the 1st of April, you have an excellent opportunity to work with others, and you have a great opportunity to get involved in your business or in the work of your friends. They will be happy to help you, and this is a great opportunity for them to spend more time with you, so that you have time to talk about everything you need. April will focus Gemini's attention mainly on love and health, and your thoughtful nature will be ready to exchange ideas with others. Exchange information, facts, and mainly discuss topics that you have in common with a given friend. Friendship is not disrupted by almost any negative transits during 2022, so this year is an excellent time to transform even weaker friendships into stronger ones. May focuses on the Gemini house, so you tend to be impatient and build relationships with younger people because you yourself are childish. This attitude of your life can also be used in a positive direction to the childlike joy of life, which will help you to find yourself. Involve your closest friend in your life journey, in your search for your roots, and he will provide you with his intelligence and insights. Develop your ideas, determine yourself, and connect your thoughts with your best friend, who will appreciate and be enchanted by your steps. In terms of the love of singles, transits even suggest the fact that some friendships may grow into love in 2022. Even ones you would never expect. In any case, positive friendships affect Gemini's life throughout June, and you can teach your friends your positive attitude toward things throughout July. The month of August belongs to several themes, because the planetary movements indicate the influence on a large number of the astrological houses of Gemini. You will be more oriented to your work, family, and love. In terms of friendships, you should be willing to change your thoughts and appreciate all the positive qualities of others, because this attitude of yours will bring you very close to others. If you carry a negative aura from some friendships, it is the period of regressive Uranus, from August 24th until the end of the year, that is very suitable for solving these relationships that subconsciously deprive you of energy. If you feel exhausted and negative about the thought of a person from your past, it's high time you fixed it. From September 10th to October 2nd, Mercury settles first in the sign of Libra and later in the sign of Virgo. By moving to Virgo, he moves into his friendly zodiac sign, where you feel curious and tend to jump from one plan to another. This is an unflattering position that can upset your friend who has started a small business with you, or a project that you can pull back with your indecisive actions. So focus on achieving a common unity with a friend, especially with someone you are working on a project. Only summarizing your thoughts will allow you to succeed in your mutual cooperation. October is focused mainly on the house of health and work, the 6th house, and no negative aspects disrupt the Gemini's friendly relations. November is not focused on friendship, and the thoughts of Gemini are redirected to other values of life. At the end of November, you will long for closer emotional connections with your friends and begin to discover ways to spend more time together. On December 20th, Jupiter is in the house of friendships. This is the perfect opportunity to show off all your good sides if you want to make new friends. This transit is very positive and brings not only new friends, but also the happiness associated with it. For example, you can win some money at the instigation of these people, or you can use it to become interested in a topic that will enrich you. December will bring you an overall sensitivity to the values and opinions of others. The end of the year will remind you several times how important your friends and family are to you. Marriage and Pregnancy Horoscope Gemini 2022. In 2022, there are many opportunities to bring a new piece of happiness into your home. There are several days from an astrological point of view suitable for conceiving the first or next coveted baby. This horoscope focuses mainly on the prediction for those who fail to conceive, and for Gemini who want to know whether the year 2022 is suitable for the procreation of a child. A successful year for conceiving a baby will be 2022 for those Gemini who are in high compatibility of love. However, it is also a good year for Gemini who do not achieve great compatibility from an astrological point of view. In any case, the testing month for your relationship and the union, when you realize a lot of things in your relationship, is January 2022. From the point of view of love, January means up to 2 testing astrological transits, which focus on testing the depth of your love. January will guide you in the right direction and advise you on whether 2022 is suitable for a new offspring. If January hits your love negatively, it is clear that you should still wait with your baby until your relationship with your partner reaches the necessary depths and harmony. So in January, this is not a good opportunity to get pregnant, mainly because you will have to focus more on testing the depth of your relationship with your partner. After all, you want to bring your child to a loving home, which will always be protected, not only by you. So give January a chance to advise you on whether this decision would be the right one for you. If you do not feel any tense energy in January, there are no quarrels in your relationship, and you can even talk openly with your partner about this coveted step of yours, it is high time to imagine the appropriate dates of 2022 for the Gemini sign to procreation of the coveted baby. February is rich in positive transits, and the period from 9th to 10th February is a very suitable position for those who have been looking for a baby for a long time. It is a great position from an astrological point of view, suitable for conceiving the first or next offspring. Now the energies give you the courage you need, but transit also encourages you to think about this step. It is an ideal step for this great decision in 2022, if your relationship is stable, and you are sure that your partner will provide you with sufficient support during this period. The unsuitable time for great life decisions is, in general, the time of the backward Mercury. These movements occur from January 14th to February 4th, and subsequently affect energy in May, and the first days of June, September and the first days of October, and in the final 3 days of December 2022. These days are clearly unsuitable for great life steps and great life decisions. Gemini, who are interested in expanding their family, therefore feel suitable opportunities, especially in early February, and later is an excellent time for this big step on March 9th and 10th, which is also considered a very fruitful period suitable for the pursuit of a child. The astrological chart for Gemini shows that Gemini received up to 5 full periods during February, March, April, and May, and later December, to enjoy parental responsibilities and dare to make great life decisions. Another suitable date is June the 5th and April the 7th, and also March the 2nd and May 4th. Consequently, from May 10th, there are no transits that would indicate a simplification of pregnancy or an effect on the fertility of Gemini. The next suitable period is the month of December, specifically the days from 6th to 10th December, when transits have a positive effect on the sign of Gemini. If you are with a partner in high love compatibility, if you overcome the initial period of influence of the regressive Venus with your partner, these mentioned months will be the most suitable for these important steps. Remember that the dates listed may not be exact, and you need to monitor your reproductive cycle. However, the months of February, March, April, and May, and the month of December are suitable months for the birth of your baby. However, avoid the periods of the regressive ruling planet Mercury or regressive Venus. Is 2022 a good year for marriage for the sign of Gemini? Is 2020 suitable for Gemini to get married? Will the marriage of Gemini, which you will join in 2022, be happy and long-lasting? Which days are the most ideal for planning an upcoming wedding during 2022? The period of the movement of regressive Venus and regressive Mercury speaks greatly not about marriage. Every Gemini who is about to enter into a marriage during 2022 should watch the days of the regressive Mercury and the regressive Venus, which are absolutely unsuitable days for marriage. This is because you can be affected by the negative influences that complicate wedding plans, but your own emotions. In order for you to enter into marriage without a doubt, and with the greatest possible simplicity, it is necessary to follow the astrological movements concentrating energies on the 5th and 7th astrological house. Looking at the astrological graph of Gemini, it is clear that the first suitable opportunity for marriage will be the period from October 10th to October 23rd. These days represent the most ideal opportunity for your plans to work out exactly as you envisioned, for your future marriage to be solid and based on emotional and mental foundations. The home of joy in which your ruling planet is located also gives you the opportunity to develop your talent and fully enjoy the earthly beauties of life, and thus foretells this relationship concluded in a given period and the number of children, the amount of fun and love. Also, great passion will accompany your marriage during all the days together. This position predicts your ruling planet. Unfortunately, until October 2022, astrological influences do not determine any positive transit suitable for marriage. So if you also want to follow the recommendation of the astrologer, focus mainly on the month of October, which is the most suitable time for Gemini together with November. November focuses all its energies on love in the house of partnership. Venus entering the 7th astrological house is in a position that means a happy, long-lasting and fulfilled marriage. Venus is in this house from November 16th to December 10th, so this period is another opportunity for marriage. So the beginning of the year does not help those who have decided to enter into a new marriage in the first months. Again, every Gemini should mainly watch the movement of the ruling planet Mercury. Mercury's regressive period also means an inappropriate position for signing documents, such as a marriage contract. January therefore seems to be the most inopportune time for this big step. Subsequently, from May 10th to June 3rd, from September 10th to October 2nd, and at the end of 2022, from December 29th to 2023, the transits of regressive Mercury are disruptive in relation to marriage. Dear Gemini, if you like the horoscope, please support us and subscribe our channel. For more horoscopes Gemini, visit to links that you can find in the video description. Biggest Horoscope 2022 are prepared by fortune teller and site www.horoscope-divination.com. Wish you all the best in 2022. Career and Financial Horoscope Gemini for 2022. Career Horoscope Gemini. The influence of January's regressive Venus in the 8th house, from January 1st to 29th, 2022, affects not only the energy of love and desire, but also trust in people and interest in things around you. Gemini will overcome a period of lack of interest in things that do not seem valuable in their life. If you are one of those Gemini who do their job with reluctance, and whose work they do not enjoy, the very beginning of 2022 will be very mentally and physically demanding for you. Venus built in this way also brings a great deal of patience, which is also reflected in the quality of your work. You may feel that your colleagues are slandering or deceiving you, and this self-belief of your own may deprive you of good mental condition. Venus in the 8th house also shows dependence on what other people have. In any case, during this period you will feel more isolated from your colleagues, but also from your life goals. You may find it difficult to trust people during this period, especially when it comes to trusting those with whom you do not have the best relationships. January will therefore mainly affect those whose work is not very fun, and those who have broken relationships with colleagues or superiors. Be careful what you say to other people, because your negative attitude and teasing remarks can worsen interpersonal relationships and create conflicts. On January 2nd, during the period of Venus, your home planet Mercury also operates in regressive motion in the 9th house, lending you great gifts. Those who are engaged in publishing, and those whose work requires constant learning will have a talent for their work. Do you feel a great interest in new information? And your open mind gives you opportunities for your own personal and study growth. Although the month of January does not bring any positive aspects suitable for a change of profession, or for the progress in the job in which you currently work, it is still a month suitable for personal growth, where you can learn and improve in what you do. Also look for small joys in the area that will please you, even if you don't like your work too much. The month of January must belong to the mental purification of your mind from the fact that you do your work only for money. Try to find a spark of joy and hope for a better working future, because this mental setting of yours will be key for the whole of 2022. In January, there are several transits that are positively interfering with the transit of regressive Venus. For example, on January 16th, you perceive the Sun in conjunction with Pluto, when you receive a great deal of creativity and a strong understanding of life. You are able to understand within yourself the path of progress in your future, which you have firmly held in your hands. January is not good for important life steps, but it is good for thinking about what you expect from the future. You can plan and learn how to overcome obstacles and complete unfinished tasks. The simple ability to overcome obstacles given to you by the Sun in conjunction with Pluto can also mean your own ruthlessness in achieving your own goals. Therefore, be careful not to elevate your career growth beyond your friendships or your private life. On January 20th, the The sun will hit you as you enter the ninth astrological house, when you will again think about leaving everything and distancing yourself. This energy of yours can be closely connected mainly with your work motivation, because your inner voice will whisper to you to change everything at work to suit you. January 24th, when Mars enters the sign of Capricorn in the 8th astrological house, mainly affects people who care about others. It directs positive energy mainly to doctors, nurses, and people whose job is to take care of the household. You will be able to find satisfaction in this activity, and even the energies associated with your past life will bring you a lot of joy. The energies of these transits also pass into the month of February, when you will continue to feel a great desire to learn, and several transits will positively affect your relationship with work. At the end of January, the influence of the regressive movement of Venus fades. Already on February 11th, when your home planet is in the conjunction with Pluto in the 8th house, it means a lot of opportunities for the unemployed. People around you will feel that you understand them, and that you can look deep into their souls. It is these qualities that will enchant several future employers, and therefore unemployed Gemini should focus mainly on the period of 5 days around 11th February, when you have a great opportunity to positively address your future employer. The second half of February is great for students, when the planet Mercury in its 9th house brings time for their own development and education. Students, but also working people, who have to constantly study at work, have the opportunity to develop their own intellect. Between 14th February and 10th March, women and men who work in the household and raise their children have several opportunities to motivate their children positively in studying and learning foreign languages. Your work commitment will also hit the full moon in the 3rd house, on February 16th and 17th, which again brings positive time for study and education. The astrological chart for 2022 clearly recommends Gemini to be educated in an area that interests and entertains them. Your development of intellect and knowledge can mean better working conditions for you in the future, and faster progress at work. Bet on education during 2022 to help you grow. It doesn't matter how old you are, or what you have learned so far. There is still room to develop your knowledge and skills. An excellent period for sitting with colleagues, and for developing strong and good relationships is the period of the Sun's entry into the sign of Pisces, into the 10th astrological house of Gemini. The Sun is in an excellent position in Pisces, and this transit shining on the 10th house of Gemini very positively affects mainly social relationships at work. From February 18th to March 20th, you enjoy thriving relationships in every area of your work, and if your job is your own business, you will succeed in this regard. The astrological chart further indicates the possibilities from March 2nd to March 3rd for the unemployed, when the new moon operates in 10th house. It concentrates a positive vibration towards your sign. This lunar position indicates a change of job, and is even an excellent opportunity for the unemployed. The unemployed will succeed mainly in the field of sales, services and supply. So if you are looking for a job right at the beginning of 2022, the end of the first week of February will be ideal for job interviews and the distribution of quality CVs. This lunar position radiates energy mainly to women's professions. Women born in your zodiac sign will be particularly successful in their job search. People in leadership positions and entrepreneurs will also thrive. This position of the moon is ideal for motivating employees if you are in charge of a larger group of people. The rest of March is more focused on other values of life, such as love, money, family and friends. Other aspects affecting the work of Gemini are not noticeable during March. In April, the energy of transits is focused on the 12th house of consciousness, and several Geminis will be given an excellent chance to strengthen cooperation with others. You will be able to develop relationships at work. Working with members of your household will also be easy, and others will help you make your homework work better. If you work in the household, and your work involves caring for children and other family members, you will break free from the restrictive rules and learn how to improve the functioning of the household. The monthly NAV in the period from 2nd to 3rd April strengthens the new moon in the 11th house of your charism. You have an excellent opportunity to broaden your horizons and build your knowledge. On April 15th, Mars roams 8th house, and new responsibilities begin for you, which you will have to cover. Mars will move to 8th astrological house from April 15th to May 24th. This position of the planet Mars evokes a high intelligence, and you get the prerequisites to intimidate any important duties that will go your way very easily during this period. You have the opportunity to complete important contracts and cover important projects. If you work at home, you have the opportunity to reorganize your furniture or even further improve your interaction in the family to make housework easier. As the transit of Mars is also a possibility of health complications, you must avoid stress and any risky activities. We will discuss more about how planetary transits will hit the year 2022 in the field of health in the section Gemini's Health in 2022. Unemployed Gemini, or those who want to trade their jobs for the more meaningful, will be given a huge opportunity by entering Venus at the 11th astrological house. The position of Venus means new, valuable social contacts, and Gemini can orient themselves very well in the field of communication with people. You use your learned knowledge correctly, so you have the opportunity to change your career or find a new coveted job in May up to 26 days. The social events you will take part in during these May days will also play into your cards and will help you gain very important and valuable contacts for 2022. But also for the years to come. These 26 days should be fully utilized, especially by the unemployed, who have tried in vain to succeed in the past. You have to decide firmly in which area you want to move forward, and what would illuminate your world and your life. Now is the time to write a quality resume that even the more experienced can help you with, and prepare for a number of job interviews that will be easier for you than before. If you have been considering a career change or starting a business, it is ideal for this between May 2nd and May 28th. Since these days the moving Mercury in the 1st and later in the 2nd astrological house also affects your energies, it will not have a strong effect on your job opportunities. In any case, the signing of a new employment contract is recommended only after the period of regressive Mercury, i.e. after 3rd June. In May, you have the opportunity to star, because you think in depth and your intelligence is obvious. However, proceed with the signing of documents only after the end of the regressive Mercury, after June 3, 2022, when all conditions and contracts will certainly be more acceptable. For May 23, the excellent position of Venus is also associated with the very suitable position of Mercury, which is in a regressive position until June 3, but has a positive effect on the 1st astrological house of Gemini. On June 3, the regressive Mercury in the 1st house, which is located there until June 13, will disappear. Take advantage of another 10 positive days, which increase your wit and acumen. Mercury feels very good in your home sign, and therefore you have the opportunity to express all your positive qualities through this transit. These days are suitable, not only for studying and improving grades for students, but it is also a time for home improvement and work that will bring you future financial rewards. During 2022, Gemini will also feel the impact of regressive Saturn on the 9th house, which will positively affect your work as Mercury settles in the house of philosophy. June, July, August, September, and October are good months to move forward. You have the opportunity not only to learn, but also to grow spiritually. It is an excellent time for students to develop their knowledge and improve their grades at school. This transition of Saturn also gives opportunities to those who care for the household and children, because children will be more obedient, and you will be able to find a suitable way to educate them. You should now focus on raising children's knowledge, but also on your own. You can sign up for a language course together, or get a smart game that will expand your family's knowledge. You yourself can further education. Your development will bring you more new opportunities and much better financial rewards in the future. While your sign is being affected by the regressive Saturn in the 9th astrological house, you will feel very positive vibrations towards your career. Saturn will bring a mature sense of wisdom to your life during these 5 months, and even increase your logical thinking. On the other hand, you will be more strenuous than is sometimes appropriate, but other areas of your life may suffer, and especially your health, to which you will not pay enough attention. Also, be careful not to overwhelm your day with work when you don't have time for family or for your own hobbies. Regressive Saturn will remind you over a period of 5 months that it is necessary to find a balance between your work responsibilities and private life. This neutral transit will interrupt Mars entering the 12th house from July 5th, when energy can be complicated and some relationships can be terminated. Mars is in exile, so you feel insecure and misunderstood. This is not a very flattering position for Mars affecting Gemini, as not only finances, but also relationships between collaborators can be complicated. Mars in Taurus has been performing at the 12th Gemini house since July 5, where it remains until August 20th. Thus, there are no suitable opportunities for the unemployed to find a new job during the summer, and for the employed, this aspect means staying where they are. There is no suitable period for career growth or for a request for a salary increase. During this negative transit, 3 days will appear in July, namely on 27th, 28th and 29th July, which are suitable for the unemployed for interviews and for expanding their knowledge. New moon in the 3rd house helps you to express your knowledge and helps you respond appropriately to important questions. The month of August will hit the energy of Gemini in several directions. It again reminds Gemini how important it is to learn and educate in life. It will remind you not only of Venus in the 3rd house from August 11th, but also Mars in the 1st house from August 20th. During this period, Mars moves from its exile to a neutral position, where it ends a negative effect on your career and your job chances. You feel representative, and therefore the unemployed can fight for the desired chance. You will have the opportunity to show your strength at work, but also in private. From August 20th, Mars passes through the house of Gemini and brings you positive energies leading to your career happiness. The work will be stable from this period, and the astrological chart does not indicate negative aspects even in September. Therefore, take advantage of several suitable opportunities to organize all your work responsibilities. Follow these steps to find out exactly what you expect from your future. On October 10th, Mercury lends the house a good ability to express itself in the 5th astrological house. Mercury feels comfortable in this position, and therefore this position is positive in several ways. It mainly affects those Gemini who are engaged in mental activity, teachers, actors and everyone who has artistic talent. It will hit you in a positive direction and give you a lot of hope and energy in your life. It is people who are looking for job opportunities in the arts professions or learning who have the opportunity to capture their huge chance at life. Mercury passes through the 5th house of joy, and therefore you can not only develop your talent, but you can also enjoy the earthly joys of life, which will positively affect your future energy. The strong-built sun has been working in the 6th astrological house since October 23rd, when it moves to the house of work and health. In Gemini, there is a huge desire for success at work. Such a strong sun also means opportunities to focus more on your area of interest and to develop a new business. It is therefore a great opportunity for those who have been thinking about starting a business or expanding their activities for a long time. During November 2022, the astrology chart mainly specifies the impact of your house partnership and does not show any aspects affecting your career life. So everything will go as it should, and you don't have to expect any surprises in your career. At the beginning of December, the 8th house is strongly occupied. From December 6th, Mercury enters the 8th astrological house. This house is associated not only with the private life of Gemini. Under his influence, you are interested in your overall progress in life. You have the opportunity to strengthen relationships with colleagues through communication and your strong intellect. Mercury remains in this position until the beginning of 2023, when you have the opportunity to develop mainly mutual working relations. At the end of the year, 3 more days will appear under the influence of regressive Mercury in the 8th house, when you will have a good opportunity to end some chapters of life and re-evaluate your life paths. From December 29th, focus mainly on recapitulating what 2022 has brought you. You will have the perfect opportunity to finish some of the things that have begun, and you will get the opportunity to step into the new year with a clear mind. The astrological chart indicates a career-balanced year for each Gemini. The beginning of the year will be more challenging for some Gemini, and you can also expect a more negative impact of Mars during July. During these months, you should be careful about the stability of your working life and avoid steps that could jeopardize your future, which is closely linked to your finances. Financial Horoscope Gemini 2022. Wondering if the year 2022 will bring you, from an astrological point of view, opportunities to win more money, or if your overall situation will improve? Will the year 2022 be suitable for risky investments, or is it better to guard your money at home under a pillow? In this section, we will look at Gemini's finances in 2022, and what resources will help you improve your family budget. The introductory month of 2022 brings the effect of the lunar position on the 2nd house, when the full moon brings you certain changes in your material security. Gemini will desire financial security, so you will look for material security and opportunities for monetary improvement in employment. This lunar position can cause you a feeling of lack of freedom and limitations in life. This is a negative aspect that can affect your finances with smaller expenses that will disrupt your family budget. In January, astrological energy focuses on finance, but you should be aware that finances need to be treated with caution, especially when Venus is in retrograde motion. During January, your home planet, Mercury, also joins the move. This period is not suitable for risky investments or for thinking about buying an expensive household item. In January, you should avoid signing important documents, buying large valuables, or making investment decisions. During 2022, and you will have more opportunities suitable for managing your finances. In January, you better leave them where they are. You will get the first opportunity for great material success around February 25th, when Mercury is in square with Uranus. This transit will negatively affect your friendship or health, but on the other hand, it has a very positive effect on the possibilities of material success. It brings you the power of expansion, so you have the opportunity to capture suitable investment opportunities. You will find out what chances life offers you. You will learn about opportunities that will help you improve your family budget in the future. Full moon in the 5th house will make you too confident from March 18th to 19th, when you have to be very careful about your financial decisions, but also about your wallet. Since you are too trusting, you can come across a good-sounding offer, or a life-saving offer, that will cost you a lot of money. In addition to being tempted to sign an unfavorable contract, you should be wary of the possibility of being robbed. Guard your wallet and your money during this period, because your trusting nature can blind you and turn you to financial savings. From April 5th, Venus enters the 8th house, where it remains until May 2nd. It has an interesting impact on the financial life of Gemini. You will want your partner to provide the whole family once and for all. This aspect can put pressure on your loved one and tense family relationships, especially if the finances are provided by only one of the family. It also has an impact on the love of singles, which is related to finances. The singles tend to look for wealthy partners. Venus focuses Gemini energy on raising funds in any way. In some ways, this aspect also indicates the possibility of inheritance or small winnings. Throughout May, there are no transits affecting your finances, So you don't have to expect any extraordinary losses, but also no extraordinary profits. The money will not be hurt again until the new moon in the second house, which affects your financial affairs. On June 29th and 30th, you are again looking for a sense of material security. This position of the new moon in the second house will positively affect your finances when you can try your luck in the game. The month of July is heavily affecting house property and communications. From July 5th, the planet Mars enters the 12th house and has a negative effect on your money. This position of Mars may even be responsible for job loss and may complicate your financial situation. The money disaster predicted by Mars in the 12th house in exile has been negated with Venus in the second house since July 18th. From July 5th to 18th, pay special attention to your finances, which can be negatively affected by this transit in several directions. Avoid investments, signing documents, avoid loans, as well as very good value contracts, which are immediately suspicious. By entering the second house from July 18th, Venus means great happiness in the material affairs of Gemini. The position of Venus in Cancer symbolizes the possibilities of obtaining material resources also from relationships, and this transit mainly concerns the men of Gemini. Men will encourage their current partners in activities that can improve the common family budget. Single Gemini men, on the other hand, will tend to look for materially beneficial relationships, which will affect not only the Gemini's finances, but also love. Transit indicates that the Gemini men will be extremely successful in these relationships. The effect of this position of Venus in the second house will not end until August 11th, when Venus moves to the sign of Leo. In August, transits do not specify the impact on Gemini's finances. Your finances will be balanced. From September 10th, you can feel up to 5 retrograde planets affecting your zodiac sign. Overall, this means slower progress, but also more unsuitable days for big life changes or big steps. Therefore, from a financial point of view, you cannot expect any extraordinary profits or opportunities to improve the family budget. The 5 retrograde planets in your astrological chart indicate the slower building of the goals you have set. October 2022 is also not one of the months in which you would have the opportunity to improve your family budget. November focuses its attention mainly on the house of love and partnership, and you do not give much weight to money. You prefer to focus on other values of life. However, the year 2022 will also end with an extraordinary opportunity for every Gemini who strives for material gain. From December 10th, the planet Venus enters the 8th house, the neutral sign of Capricorn, and this aspect is a harbinger for Gemini of the great material gain that Gemini will gain through certain relationships. Astrological transit indicates that you will receive funding through marriage and the like. This neutral aspect mainly means financial improvement or extraordinary financial gain without your own efforts. It can also mean a good opportunity to test your luck in the game or the possibility of a quick return on risky investments. As we look at this transit of Venus in the 8th house, which will be felt until the end of 2022, it is clear that the month of December will bring extraordinary financial gain, which will be significant for your future financial budget. Dear Gemini, if you like the horoscope, please support us and subscribe our channel. For more horoscopes Gemini, visit to links that you can find in the video description. Biggest Horoscope 2022 are prepared by fortune teller and site www.horoscope-divination.com. Wish you all the best in 2022. Horoscope of Health and Vitality for 2022, Gemini Zodiac Sign. From a health point of view, the year 2022 suggests that each of you should provide your home with essential oils, which are a valuable aid in terms of aromatherapy in dealing with acute headaches, or in case of great exhaustion. Eucalyptus and lemon oil should be part of your household throughout the year. A few drops of this oil will help you to relax mentally, especially if you need to fully relax from your worries. These oils will have very positive effects even in the case of migraine or colds. Your home and office should be surrounded by the scent of eucalyptus throughout 2022, as this scent is the scent of 2022 for every Gemini in terms of aromatherapy. Nowadays, you can get pure essential oils anywhere, but pay attention to their quality, and, above all, choose natural oils that do not harm your health in any way. In addition to this important knowledge, it is useful to know what transits will affect your health during 2022. In terms of astrological transits, January will hit Gemini in several directions. Because of the regressive Venus, you will feel that you have to hide from your own feelings, and the whole of January can be psychologically demanding for Gemini. More significantly, however, every Gemini will feel the movement of the regressive Mercury in the 8th house from January 26th, when you may fall victim to destructive thoughts and depression. The transition of regressive Mercury will take from January 14th, but you will feel the strongest impact on your health from January 26th to February 4th. For Gemini, January will be a challenging month, when you will question the value of your own intimate life and your thinking. You will think deeply about everything in the past, and you will be reminded of every mistake you have made in the past. As a very receptive person, these days you will also remember the bad things you have experienced in the past. These gloomy, black thoughts can therefore affect your mental health, and can break your New Year's energy. You must not stick to such thoughts, because if you do not get rid of negative thinking, it will block your further growth. From February 4th, you feel the departure of the regressive planet Mercury from your energetic field, and you perceive the Sun in the conjunction of Saturn in the 9th house. You realize that your past goals were too idealistic, and this aspect will negatively affect your health for a few days. You will focus on work, which will cause tension and sophistication. The Sun in the conjunction of Saturn in the 9th house robs you of energy, and you can feel exhausted. Astrological transits show that transits affecting health are mainly related to fatigue and the intensification of mental illness. Even on February 25th, when the quadrature of the planet Mercury and Uranus takes place in the 9th house, it intensifies grief and encourages mental illness. In February, they should include more exercise in their lives to help you overcome the loss of energy and impaired mental health. Throughout February, you should focus on your friends and family, and on your love, because transits also indicate relationship difficulties, and the breakup of some friendships. These facts will further worsen your mental health, which may be broken after the beginning of the year. Avoid deliberate quarrels, and focus on your own personal development. The graph does not indicate any unexpected or new diseases, but on the other hand it warns chronically ill people that their disease may worsen and develop in February. Bet on a healthy diet and especially on enough exercise in nature, which helps you overcome the pitfalls of everyday life. From March 6th, you will experience the positive impact of Venus entering the 9th house, which also affects your health. You will have the opportunity to relax and focus mainly on your family and friends. Your family and friendships are strong, and these relationships help you improve your own health as well. Venus in the 9th house brings opportunities to your life to relax and clean up your own energies. Venus is in this sign from March 6th until April 5th, when you do not have to worry about any unexpected or serious illnesses. In March, you can indulge in a complete restart of your soul, and also your body. Nature opens its arms to you, and your actions will also affect your mental health. Therefore, you must not sit indoors at home. Focus on healthy physical exercise and healthier eating. As of March 20th, the astrological chart alerts you to pay attention to your drinking regime. The energy of the Sun directed to the 11th house from March 20th means possibilities of self-realization and also strengthening of health. The Sun is in the sign of its elevation, and from a health point of view it is necessary to monitor one's own health and diet. From March 20th to April 20th, you have the opportunity to strengthen your defenses. Therefore, Eat healthy and do everything to keep your health strong and ready for the more difficult period of 2022. The passage of the Sun from the 11th to the 12th house, from March 20 TG to April 20 TG, can also mean nausea in children born in the sign of Gemini. Therefore, if there is a child with this sign in your household, you need to monitor your health and diet with caution. Children may tend to discover new tastes, which can also lead to more serious digestive problems. In April, it is necessary to follow a regular exercise and a balanced diet. Since you may feel lazy and tired, you will be required to follow a proper drinking regimen and eliminate lemonades and sugary drinks from your diet. On April 15th, planet Mars will remind you that you need to be more careful with yourself as you enter the 8th house. Mars is found in Pisces from April 15th to May 24th, and these days you may more often face injuries. During this period, the horoscope points out that there are great preconditions for an unexpected and rapid injury. In the second half of April, until May 24, this aspect also means the high intelligence and receptivity of Gemini. You should therefore use these gifts to prevent injuries. This aspect places great emphasis on the health of Gemini, not only in terms of injuries. It can also mean a sudden death in the family, or an injury that will have consequences for the future. Therefore, be careful during normal activities, such as driving, cleaning, or your daily work, where danger may await. The period from April 15th to May 24th is a very specific period, when you need to be very careful about your health. On the 28th, 29th and 30th of April, you feel a new moon in the 12th house, when you focus on your health again. Gemini can resort to addictions that damage not only your physical, but also your mental health. Therefore, be careful not to consume any substance that is addictive. Around May 15th, the energies of April's Mars also merge with the Sun square Saturn. The Sun late in this way is in a neutral position, but it indicates problems with chronic diseases. Caution should be exercised especially by Gemini, who are being treated for a long time for a certain disease that may worsen during this period. The horoscope draws attention especially to diabetics and people who have problems with high blood pressure and heart. Constant efforts to financially improve the family budget will also bring you stress, which can mean health complications. So far, the horoscope indicates that the health of Gemini will be very demanding in the first half of the year. In the month of June 2022, the transits do not anticipate any serious changes to your health because the energies of astrological transits are focused mainly on the house of personality and property. The second half of the year will be more health-friendly. From July 22nd, the Sun enters the 3rd house, when there is a huge opportunity for you to grow mentally and learn. You have the opportunity to move forward in your own relationships, or in family or friendships. Your communication with other people will be very fresh. This time is suitable, not only for self-care, but also for children and the family. Educate yourself in the field of health, and be more interested in meditation and various forms of strengthening mental health. Mental and physical health goes hand in hand in 2022, so you need to keep your body in excellent condition and give your soul a harmonious period in the second half of 2022. The whole of August 2022 deals with the issue of family life. Gemini think that their family is very important to them. Gemini will be given a chance to increase their own housing and will focus on other areas of life. Your health will not bother you in August, but again those who suffer from chronic diseases should be careful. Gemini can also search for their roots during this period, especially in terms of health, when you should talk to family members about hereditary diseases that can affect you during your life. It is good to know about these diseases in advance, so that you can prevent the deterioration of your health. The period from August 23rd to mid-September is ideal for searching for diseases that can potentially endanger you. Get to know the family past. September belongs to most of the planets moving in the house of joy, and your health will be strengthened and unchanging. Those who have suffered from pain so far will have the opportunity to end this suffering in September. You will either get the medicine you need, or you will learn to work with the pain in your own way, so that you are no longer bothered by these pains. In October, the focus of astrological transits is again on your health and your work. From October 23rd, the Sun enters the 6th astrological house. It moves to the home of health and work. Gemini's desire for success increases, and this strong Sun also means opportunities for healing and getting rid of disease. From October 23rd, a very positive Sun gives you the opportunity to cure diseases that are related to your skin, your weight, or your overall lifestyle. Every illness that you can treat yourself will now be at the forefront of your attention, and you will have the opportunity to change your diet for the better. Some of you will need to lose weight to improve your health. From October 25th, there will be several ideal opportunities to lose weight and strengthen your fitness. The end of October can afflict people who have problems with muscle pain or lungs. From 29th October to 17th November, all Gemini who are deeply interested in health will have the opportunity to find the cause of their disease. Mercury will help you focus fully on your health problems and give you answers to your health questions. From December 6th, Mercury in the 8th astrological house, which is heavily occupied, means an effort to find out everything about things that interest you. It means not only financial security and a positive attitude towards study, but also the development of communication and intellect. From a health point of view, however, the view on this aspect is not so positive. From December 6 until the end of 2023, you must be aware of dangers such as accidents or falls. Another intervention in your health will be the full moon in the 1st house, which will affect you on December 8th, 9th, and 10th. It brings a changeable nature. You overreact to the opinions of others. Your own interests and opinions may come into conflict with others, and therefore it will be necessary to seek your own inner strength and mental balance. In order to keep your psyche in balance, you will need a moment of peace just for yourself, which you have to experience every day from December 8th until the end of 2023. The end of 2022 will no longer surprise you with any negative transit to your health. In any case, the horoscope recommends that you be very careful when driving from 6th December, especially when driving to the 8th house. Mercury indicates the already mentioned dangers or accidents. From the overall view of the health horoscope during 2022, we see more difficult periods that you will have to overcome both mentally and physically. In this section, the horoscope acquainted you with the things you need to watch out for in 2022, and with the months that means strengthening your health and vitality. In 2022, we wish every Gemini to find inner balance and strengthen physical health. Remember that in case of feeling tired or nauseous, you can always reach for eucalyptus or lemon oil, which is your salvation for colds, headaches, or at times when you feel a decline in vitality. Also, don't forget about herbs, which should be part of your daily diet, especially in this spring. From a health point of view, the end of 2022 brings opportunities for weight loss to those who need to lose weight. You can also achieve this goal by skipping one meal, which you replace with a nutritious soup. Healthy eating, an adequate drinking regime, and exercise in nature are among the key points to improve and maintain health in 2022. Dear Gemini, if you like the horoscope, please support us and subscribe our channel. For more horoscopes Gemini, visit to links that you can find in the video description. Biggest Horoscope 2022 are prepared by fortune teller and site www.horoscope-divination.com. Wish you all the best in 2022.